nuts and bolts, circuits and smiles. Nuts and bolts.
Happy New Year, Transformers fans! Porchadork here, and I'm doing another video review. The first one of 2012. I hope everybody's Christmas and New Year's was great. Mine was awesome. I got all kinds of cool things. Transformers related, I got a Masterpiece Skywarp from my friend Josh, which I have proudly displayed in my room. But anyways, like I said, I hope you're having a good year, and let's go ahead and get on with this review. Now, I know what you're all thinking. You're taking a look at this toy, and you're saying, oh my god, why would he review that god-awful Universe Galvatron toy? Because it is truly awful. And I do own one. This is the original one. I think it's been repainted a couple different times. And not only is Porchadork reviewing it, he's reviewing it in that really stupid kind of supposed homage to the original Galvatron canon mode. It's pretty stupid. It's got 4 little feetsomes on the bottom that are supposed to basically make him like a mobile cannon or whatever. And I will give him that this cannon here is a pretty Galvatronish looking cannon in robot mode, but this could be possibly the toy that I hate the most out of my collection. I hate this toy. Now, don't get me wrong, I love me some Galvatron. Galvatron is probably one of my favorite characters in the canon, and I think this toy is a complete insult to his character. So, what I did is I went and got a hold of my friend Peagis, Peter, who lives out in the New York area, and I told him I had this idea. I shouldn't say it was my idea. I saw it on TFW2005 boards, and I said, I want one of these customs where you take a War for Cybertron Megatron, like this fella here, and granted this is one of the repaints because I shipped him my original War for Cybertron Galvatron, but I want this guy to become my Galvatron because he can really fit the part with just a little bit of modding and a nice slop in the paint. I didn't expect a whole lot from it. I've seen some fairly decent ones on TFW, but all I can say is he did an outstanding job. Let me go ahead and get the vehicle mode comparison up started right now. So here we have the custom War for Cybertron Galvatron in alt mode, and as you can see, this is a real Galvatron alt mode, something that the toy really deserved to get in an official release. It's just a beautiful toy. You can see it's got a custom cannon. Peagis went ahead and cut the War for Cybertron cannon in half and attached these new custom parts. I don't know what the parts actually are. I will put a link to his work thread for this down in the review if you'd like to question about the specific parts. The scope here is adjustable, which is really nice. So if you have a preference, you can have it on one side or the other. But as I was saying, it's the same type of plastic as the original G1 Galvatron. It's clear with like a sparkly, and I don't know if the camera will pick it up, it's got like a sparkly transparent orange plastic used. It's really nice. It evokes the toy very well. The metallic purple that he painted on the majority of Galvatron, since obviously he's a purple character, is just gorgeous. It's this metallic, sparkly purple. You can see some painted on labels that he's got there. I believe they're painted on. They might be decals, but he does excellent, excellent work. Underneath here, you can kind of see a preview of sort of the quote-unquote Galvatron abs that'll be coming up here shortly. But you can do this. This isn't the standard transformation for the War for Cybertron Megatron toy, but you can prop the legs up like that and get an awesome G1 Galvatron cannon mode out of it. If you wanted to go with the original transformation, you can turn him into a tank as well. You just split the pivot posts just like that, and you can have him as a tank too, which is okay. We'll call that an homage to this horrible guy, since he can also be a tank. And actually, the tank in this particular toy is probably the only thing that's redeemable at all about the toy. So I'm going to go ahead and take that away and move over to the transformation process for this guy. So if you have the War for Cybertron toy that this is based on, it's pretty much the same thing. I will point out the only major mods to the toy as we go along. Take the cannon off for starters, and you'll notice that a piece back here that on the original toy would stabilize the gun a little bit has been removed. That's for the overall look, since it looked a little odd to have that piece on the shoulders for the Galvatron custom that was done here. But anyways, you take this little shoulder bit and move it out to the side. To do the legs, you go ahead and come down here and flip them down on both sides. Bring the feet down, flip the fin up, same on both sides. And there we have the legs. Transformation is nothing difficult. For the arms, on each side of the tank treads, there is a hand that you need to flip out. And then you just collapse them back together, just like that. Do the same thing on the other side. Apologize, I trimmed my nails just the other day, so it's kind of hard to get in some of those pieces. And then the next thing you want to do is go ahead and pull the arm out. This toy has a lot of rub spots. I was really impressed with the custom that he was able to not have any paint rub or anything on this, and I guess it required a lot of sanding work. It's funny, he put this Decepticon symbol here, which is really cool, but it gets covered up by the chest in vehicle mode. Just goes to show the amount of detail. Anyways, you move the head up, and you can get a new look at the custom head here, and then bring the chest piece up and push it in for the chest. Bring the arms in, angle them properly, and swing them down. Same thing on the other side. And then collapse this onto his shoulder. And there we have the robot mode for this custom Universe or War for Cybertron Galvatron, however you want to look at it. Now there is a piece missing, of course, with the cannon, which you can take over right here, and it attaches the same way it did on the original toy. And pop it on, adjust the scope to your liking, and there we have the real Galvatron. And he is absolutely awesome. He has beautiful details that were done. First off, I want to show off the custom head here. You can see, I believe he did this with styrene, but it looks great from all angles. From the back, you get the typical Galvatron silhouette because it's curved. You get his shoulder out of the way so you can see. It's got that kind of curved look on the head. If I bring it around to the front again, it's perfect. It's Galvatron. I can't imagine a better head sculpt than that. Another custom piece that was done is, of course, the Galvatron abs here. I believe those are also done with styrene and painted. They are raised, so if you run your finger across here, you can feel they are actually new pieces that were added, and I think it looks awesome. And of course, the added paint for the Galvatron belt. We already went over the cannon a little bit, but you can see it again. Really posable as far as, you know, the look. So if you want to have him doing his over-the-shoulder firing look, we can do that. It's not a problem. He can have it slung to the side. He can do the underslung thing, which he did a few times in the show. I love it. The cannon is probably one of the coolest parts of this custom. The cannon in the head, and just I can't even pick. Just the whole thing is really awesome. He did lots of detail. There's black stripes here. There's silver details all throughout. He even did the back. You can see that there's silver details added through here. Little spots here and there. It's a beautiful custom, and it's a real honor to have this in my collection and be the Galvatron for my collection. I just absolutely love it. I'm going to go ahead and do a fadeaway here so that I can transform the other Galvatron, and we can see just how pathetic they are side by side. Alright, so the transformation of the old crap Galvatron is completed, and we now have them standing next to each other. This actually reminds me of one of the original issues I had with this mold, on top of just being really crappy, not fun to transform, and not looking very much like Galvatron, is the fact that he's very small. You can see him in a size comparison here next to the War for Cybertron Megatron Galvatron custom. And you can see he's like a full head and a half taller. And he looks more massive. This is the way, if you're going to do a leader in a deluxe class size, this is the way he should look. big and burly, not... I mean, the head sculpt on this thing, it just makes me want to cry. He looks like an angry old man. He's... You know, Cup had the angry old man with the screaming thing, which was at least funny, and at least Cup was supposed to be old. Galvatron was freshly made in the movie. He should have a face that... I don't know, a face like that, not a face like this. I mean, it's just not fair. This is such an insult to the character. Let me go ahead as a comparison then, and I'll bring in, again, the face for this guy. That's a Galvatron if I've ever seen one. So yeah. We've got these two characters side by side. You can see this is probably the last time this guy's going to be out in my collection. He's going to be transformed, thrown into the storage box, and probably never seen again. I'm going to go ahead and bring in, again, I don't have the original War for Cybertron Megatron, but I do have this guy here. So you can see some of the major things that were done to the character. The original one, of course, was more gray. This one actually does have some purple bits on it, so it makes it look less like this guy was painted, but the fact is all of this paint was original. This guy was basically just gray when he started. The other neat thing was that this cannon is kind of transparent, but it was molded in transparent plastic. He had to make this transparent piece from scratch. But this is a great mold and a great toy, and I really like it, but I love it as Galvatron. So for some additional size comparisons here, let me go ahead and bring in his buddies. So we've got Mr. Scourge and the chap Cyclonus to stand here next to him. So you can kind of see how great these guys look together. The size, I think, is correct, because Cyclonus was always sort of a tall guy, and Scourge was kind of a shorty, which he is. But they look great together. I've got a couple other Scourges that stand in as sweeps. I've got an Armada for Cyclonus. This is how they're going to be displayed. They fit so great together. They're wonderful. I really, really love this custom. My understanding is this was Peter's first time doing a custom figure for a commission. He gave me a great deal. This wasn't free. I paid him for it, and he was worth every penny. I think he's planning on starting up doing some commissions and things, so I'll put a link down to TFW2005 to his name, so you can contact him if you'd like him to make something awesome for you. You may, my regular viewers may remember the painted War for Cybertron Rumble and Frenzy figures. He painted those for me. I haven't done a video for them yet, but I plan to do that here shortly. But he does wonderful work. As you can see here, I mean, it's a wonderful toy. It retains its full transformation and play value. The paint is top quality, and the custom mods that he did to make it look like the original character just do so much for it. I'm not going to go over the articulation and anything like that on this particular figure, since he's just a custom. It's all the same as the original figure. He's got a ball-jointed head, the typical adjustable feet. He's got bendable knees, bendable hips, and he's got arms that move in a rather unique way. He can do this out to the side thing like, "Hey, what's the deal with Cybertron?" Anyways, like I said, if you take anything from this review, take that this is a wonderful paint job from Peagis, my friend Peter. If you're interested in having any kind of custom work done, look him up, because it's totally worth it. I'll probably have him do some stuff for me again in the future, but I just had to show off my new Christmas Galvatron. Alright, so this has been Porchadork, and I will talk to you later.
Robots for everyone.